Put your faith in the light.
Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is Lightblade. Well guys, I bring really sad news for all Retribution Paladins. Our most anticipated legendary that we were hoping to play with next Tuesday has been gutted by 50%. That's right, a 50% nerf to our new legendary. And this legendary is Divine Resonance. So let's talk about it. So before the nerf, Divine Resonance was a buff that we got after casting the Divine Toll. This lasted for 30 seconds, and it gave every 5 seconds we casted one free judgment. So basically 6 free judgments over 30 seconds. That was really good. It was a really nice legendary to have. Now they nerfed it by 50%, so it only lasts for 15 seconds. So basically that's only 3 judgments. Okay, what's the big deal? Where is the damage loss? Well, on the judgments themselves, but the biggest damage loss is because this legendary synergizes so well with one of our conduits, and the conduit being Virtuous Command. So the judgments from the Divine Resonance can proc anything that a normal judgment would. So Virtuous Command would be procced out of it. So before the nerf, we would have, let's talk first about the Virtuous Command thing so you don't get confused. So whenever we cast a judgment, we get 5 seconds of Virtuous Command, where most of our single target abilities, Templar's Verdict, Crusader's Strike, Blade of Justice, and auto attacks deal extra holy damage. As you can see here on a 226 version, they deal almost 13% extra holy damage. And at 252, it's almost 15%, so spread a pretty sizable amount of extra damage. So with the old Divine Resonance window, we had 30 seconds of Virtuous Command basically. That was really nice because it helped with something that Retribution Paladin has a problem with, and that's sustained damage. So after all our cooldowns are gone, we would still have at least a few seconds of Virtuous Command to deal some extra damage, you know. And now with the new nerfed version, it only lasts 15 seconds. It lasts less than our Avenging Wrath window. And that's really dumb if you ask me. I don't think this nerf was needed. The damage of this legendary wasn't that amazing if you think about it. It was only good in single target fights. It was only good in small cleave situations. If you're going to dungeons in AoE, Tempest of the Lightbringer was far stronger than Divine Resonance was ever going to be, you know. There's specific dungeons, like I can talk about them now, where Divine Resonance was going to be good. For example, let's see all dungeons. Okay, the other side. The other side was a Tempest of the Lightbringer key. House of Atonement, also a Tempest key. Mists of Terrain aside is another Tempest of the Lightbringer key. Plaguefall. Plaguefall was one of the good keys that Divine Resonance would be used in, because there's not much adds to kill, like, or packs of big packs of mobs to kill, and bosses were annoying, so having extra single target is really nice. Sanguine Depths. Although you may make a case for Divine Resonance for bosses in tyrannical weeks, Sanguine Depths has a lot of trash that you can pull together to just nuke them down. So I think this is a Tempest of the Lightbringer key. Spires of Ascension is another one that Divine Resonance was going to shine in, because there's a lot of single target focus here. There's some packs that you can't actually pull with, like the big angels that give AoE resistance around them. So Spires of Ascension was another Divine Resonance key. The next one is Necrotic Wake. Necrotic Wake is a Tempest key. There's too many mobs, like you can make a really big pack and just nuke them down with AoE. So this was a Tempest of the Lightbringer key. And Theater of Pain was one of the best Divine Resonance keys, because there's so many like big adds, like single target fights or just small cleave situations that you had here, where Divine Resonance was going to be really good. But now it's nerfed. It's useless for Mythic Plus dungeons. Don't make, if you're planning on doing Mythic Plus dungeons, don't make Divine Resonance in its current nerfed only 15 seconds form, because it's pretty much useless. Just use Tempest of the Lightbringer. And if you need some single target damage, probably make the the Final Verdict in certain dungeons if you're struggling with that. But normally I would recommend just keeping with Tempest for Mythic Plus dungeons. So now that I've said all of that, let me tell you what's the real reason why I think Divine Resonance was nerfed. And it has nothing to do with the damage this legendary does in PvE situations, because in PvE situations the damage wasn't, like I said before, impressive. It was good in single target and small cleave, but it wasn't like the best legendary of the world, you know, we're still going to use the Tempest of the Lightbringer. The real reason why I think they nerfed this legendary is the following. PvP. As you can see, like I said before, Divine Resonance Judgments can proc anything a normal judgment does, and in PvE there's not much interactions with that. There is only the Virtuous Command thing I said before. But in PvP, there is a lot of interactions with the extra judgment procs. Let's talk about these three first. Divine Punisher. This is the least impactful one, but casting 2 consecutive judgments on the same target will generate 3 holy power. So basically you cast a judgment, then you cast your Divine Resonance, you get another judgment. After those 5 seconds you have another judgment. You're basically getting judgment procs like crazy. You're having so much holy power generation. You're basically going to nuke your target with this PvP talent. Another one that interacts with judgments is Lawbringer. Every time you use a judgment, you will deal 10% extra damage to all other targets affected by your judgments. So imagine this, you Divine Toll, everyone is marked by your judgments, and then now you're throwing judgments every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, everyone on the enemy team is losing up to 10% of their health for 30 seconds. So that's 60% of their health over the course of the whole old Divine Resonance window, so that the 30 seconds that it lasted. That's another one of those situations where it was really busted in PvP. And let's go to another one, Judgments of the Pure. This is a new PvP talent that they added this patch, and whenever you cast a judgment on an enemy, you cleanse 1 poison, disease, and magic effect they have on your allies. So imagine this, for 30 seconds, any magic effect, any disease or poison that is put on your allies, just you can dispel it, doesn't care. Basically you're giving them 30 seconds of pseudo magic immunity, because you're just casting judgments consistently with the Divine Resonance thing. So I think the reason they nerfed our legendary is because of PvP, and this is really, really bad. Let me explain. Blizzard doesn't have an idea on how to do nerfs. They don't know how to balance their game. They're punishing one side of the player base because of the other side of the player base, and this is really bad. If you're going to nerf something, nerf the thing in that specific content it's having problems. It's making problems. Don't punish everyone else because it's going to be a problem for the others, you know? They could have done the nerf like it only lasts 15 seconds for PvP situations, but in PvE it lasted 30 seconds. It didn't do any harm in PvE, but I know it can be disruptive in PvP. That's why I think it should be nerfed in PvP. But in PvE, they're just killing Retribution Paladin's damage because they can't balance the game. I think this is just amazing how a company like Blizzard can't balance the game properly. It's really dumb, and I'm really disappointed on this. I was really hoping to play with a new legendary, to do dungeons, to do raids, and to do other PvE stuff, but now because of these PvP things that I mentioned and how this legendary would affect them, we have to suffer as well. So guys, I hope you guys can like share my video around, maybe make people look at this. Maybe Blizzard listens to this and thinks, oh yeah, let's nerf it in PvP and not punish the PvE players because of this busted legendary. Okay guys, that's the end of the rant. Like if you like the video. Thanks for watching.